Ever heard a bell toll and felt it expose you? Ringing lies you swore to hide, welcome to Shadow. Watch where we chase tales that haunt the dark. Tonight, we're in Natchez, Mississippi, a city of river mists and buried sins where bells don't chime. They judge, meet the forgotten. Bells of Magnolia Hall tolling at Moonrise, revealing your lies, and if they call you, there's no running. Stay close. This story's twists will grip you tighter than you know. This is Nora Blake, a 31-year-old historian, keen restless, chasing truths in dusty archives. It's April 2025, and she's in Natchez's historic district, a maze of antebellum mansions and ghostly whispers to research the bells of Magnolia Hall for a university paper. Locals speak of the plantation where bells ring and show lies, secrets, betrayals, debts. Nora rents a room near the hall, air thick with oak and mud, her notebook ready. But the city hums low like it's watching her. Her first night, Nora wanders, noting sagging porches and river fog, the air's heavy cicadas fading, but a sound starts faint. Not wind like bells tolling from the hall. Her pulse spikes. She's alone, no one's near, but the plantation's tower looms, its bells swaying alive. She steps closer and they ring. Nora. A whisper, not hers, showing a shadow, her face pale, confessing. Broken. Her breath stops fear. Raw. In her room, she checks her notes, but the tolling grows weaving words. Not hers, a lie she never faced, a debt, not her own. Nora trusts evidence, but this isn't imagination. She digs online, finding scraps about Sarah, an 1830s enslaved woman. Her bells cursed after a blood oath. Binding lies, guilt, secrets, sins. After her death, the bells stayed tolling for those marked. Nora scoffs. Ghost stories sell tours, but her journal's open words scrawled, "You lied," not her pen about a family debt she never knew, a sin unpaid. Next morning, she asks a caretaker, Amos, about the hall. His eyes narrow. "Don't stay past Moonrise, miss, they know you." Nora smirks old tales, but Amos's hands shake like he's heard them toll. She visits the hall, air thick with damp earth. The tolling returns. Nora sharper, weaving her name with dread, a lie unclear. Her flashlight dims the bells, trembling. Not ringing, but showing a field, old, a woman like her, kneeling, chains glinting. The hall feels alive, watching the tolling spikes. Nora, then more, you failed. You hid her fears, raw, spilling from the bells. A rustle sounds, not leaves behind her. The tolling chants cold like frost in her veins. Nora bolts her room in sight, but the hall's heavy, pulsing. Her thoughts, not hers, looping a woman's cry, a vow's echo. Inside, she's panting. Journal glowing faintly, her name etched in ash alive. Natchez hides its curses, but the bell's tolls cut deep. What would you do with a bell that shows your lies, a debt that names you? Would you listen or run? Nora's about to learn what the forgotten bells want, and it's not just a tale. Stay tuned, this story's rising darker than Natchez's deepest mists. Nora's hands tremble, the journal pulsing in her grip. Her name etched in ash. You lied, not her hand. The forgotten bells' tolls weave through the room, spilling secrets. A family debt she never knew, a lie she can't grasp. The air's heavy Natchez, pressing in shadows, curling not with oak, but intent their whispers, threading her thoughts, sharp raw. She's traced history before, but this isn't research. It's a snare, and the bells have her caught. She slams the journal shut, but the tolling grows, chanting Nora through the walls, soft, relentless, naming her dread. Nora dives into records, digging into Sarah, the 1830s enslaved woman. Her blood oath cursed the bells, binding lies, guilt, betrayals, sins. A ledger hints at Magnolia Hall never cleansed, always calling those with debts. Nora trusts facts, but the tolls burn and the bells aren't folklore. They're here. She steps out, flashlight shaking. The city's darker river silent. The hall glowing faintly. The air's thick with mud and ash. The tolling shifts, chanting Nora. Then sharper. You failed. Her fears spill from the bells, raw. Her light catches ash falling from the tower, pulsing red like blood in mist. The hall feels alive, watching. A rustle sounds not wind but steps, deliberate. The tolls chant. Nora weaving her doubts. You hid, you broke. Small lies heavy burned into her mind. Nora pushes deeper, reckless, needing answers. The tolling grows louder, a chorus now naming her flaws, her lies. She reaches the hall's courtyard, bells swaying, ash pooling at their base alive. The tolls spike Nora cold from the metal. Not the air, shadows move, not dust but shapes blurred their eyes, glinting, reflecting her dread. Her shame, too many. Sarah's curse. She kneels finding a bell etched with names. Sarah's 1830s carved than others. Nora's fresh wet like mud. Her throat locks. This isn't history, it's a claim. Sarah's bells are her voice. Her oath binding Natchez's souls. The tolls chant. Nora promising truth if she stays, ruin if she runs. The shadows curl clearer now. Not people, but lies hers. Others hungry alive. Nora backs away, flashlight flickering. The courtyard shrinks, walls, groaning shadows, snagging her arms cold like ash and river mist, urging her to stay. She trips, journal falling, pages open, new words. You're hers. The shadows hiss, their eyes locking hers, peeling her soul, a debt she didn't know, a lie she dodged. The bells pulse red, and something moves, not light but metal vibrating toward her, alive, claiming. She bolts, gates rattling, the tolls roaring. Nora weaving her name with pain, a secret. She buried a lie she cracked. The hall blurs, courtyard, fading shadows, gliding, not chasing but waiting. Her room's a head door ajar, though she locked it. Journal glowing inside her name, boulder etched deep. She slams it shut, panting. The tolls fade, but linger in her looping. Her thoughts are no longer hers. Natchez hides its snares, but the bells' tolls cut deep. What would you do with a lie that knows your heart? A truth that never blinks? Would you listen or run? Nora's caught in the bell's curse and it's not letting go. Stay with us. This story's ringing louder, darker than Natchez's oldest graves. Nora's breath catches the room's walls closing in. The journal lies shut, but its glow seeps through her name, pulsing in ash alive. The forgotten bells' tolls linger not outside, but inside her, threading her thoughts, her fears, a family lie she never faced, a debt she can't escape. Natchez's air is thick, not with oak but dread, as if the city itself breathes, watching, waiting. Nora knows history, but this is different. It's not her story, it's theirs. She grabs her recorder, replaying the tolls, but they're louder, chanting Nora. Then Sarah, weaving her name with a scream from centuries past. Her laptop's open old ledgers of Sarah, flickering, an enslaved woman betrayed her oath, cursing the bells, binding souls. Nora's eyes burn not from dust, but visions unasked afield, a chain, a woman's cry her own. The tolls spike Nora, pulling her mind to the hall not by choice but force. She resists, but her feet move, drawn to Magnolia Hall. The night's black stars gone, only ash glowing in the bells, red like blood. The tolls are a chorus now, not whispers but voices, naming her fears, her shame, her lies clear as ice. She reaches the courtyard, ash pooling faster, bells trembling, shadows rise not blurred but sharp, their forms twisting. Sarah's face eyes hollow. Then Nora's mirrored guilty. The air cracks, and Sarah's there, not flesh, but shadow. Her voice the tolls, "You're mine." Nora freezes. The courtyard shifts walls, bending bells, splitting, pulling her into a memory. Not hers, but Sarah's. She's in 1830s, Natchez mud underfoot, a plantation burning chains clanking. Sarah's eyes lock on hers, not accusing but knowing. Seeing Nora's lies a debt she didn't know, a truth she hid. The tolls chant, "You failed," and Nora's back in 2025 gasping. But Sarah's shadow clings, her voice in Nora's throat. Cold, stay. Nora fights, clawing at the air, but the shadows press their eyes. Her own reflecting every fear, every lie. The courtyard's alive bells, tolling, etched with names. Sarah's, Nora's, others, centuries of souls bound by guilt. Sarah's shadow whispers, "Speak your lie or join us." Nora's voice breaks. I don't know her secret raw, a family lie she never faced. The tolls soften, but the shadows tighten their forms, shifting not just Sarah but others' faces of Natchez, eyes glinting hungry for her truth. She stumbles, bells cracking, ash burning red, branding her skin. Sarah's shadow looms, her voice, the metal. Truth binds, lies burn. Nora's mind fractures. Seeing her past, a family name, tainted, a debt dodged for safety. The tolls roar. Nora and the courtyard pulses, dragging her deeper, not into bells but memory, her fears replayed endless. She screams, but the shadows drink it, their forms clearer, her face among them, twisted hers. Nora collapses, journal falling pages, open words scrawled, "You're us." The shadows chant, not in anger but hunger, their eyes peeling her soul, her guilt, her core. The courtyard shakes, bells, splitting Sarah's shadow, merging with Nora's, her voice hers, stay or burn. Natchez's curse isn't history, it's alive, and Nora is its claim. What would you do with a lie that traps you? A truth that names you? Would you speak or fade? Nora's sinking into the bell's grip, and Natchez's walls are closing. Stay with us. This story's not done, darker than the river's own heart. Nora's on her knees, the courtyard's pulse deafening her breath. Ragged, the forgotten bells circle their forms, Sarah's hers. Natchez's lost, blurring into one eye's glinting, naming her fears. The journals open. You are us, etched in ash mud, dripping like blood. The tolls are not outside, but in her bones. Sarah's voice, speak or burn. Nora's mind splits, her past, her guilt. A family's face fading, her fault. Natchez's curse isn't folklore, it's her. She grips the ground, bells toll in ash, scorching her palms. The shadows chant. Nora their voices, her own, looping her failures. A lie she hid, a debt she dodged. Sarah's shadow looms not separate, but part of her whispering. Truth frees, Nora's voice cracks. I carry it, her secret, spilling raw. A family lie she never knew, a debt she inherited. The tolls falter, shadows pausing, but the courtyard tightens. walls groaning, claiming. Nora stands shaky journal, glowing words, shifting, break or bind. She digs into Sarah's history, a scrap in her mind, a ritual, blood for blood, truth for truth. The shadows hiss their forms clearer, faces of Natchez's damned eyes hungry. Nora cuts her palm, blood dripping mixing with ash bells flaring red, then white. The tolls scream. Nora not in hunger, but pain. Sarah's shadow fracturing her face. Hers then gone. The courtyard shakes, bells, cracking shadows, dissolving their eyes, fading, not gone but weakened. Nora runs, journal, clutched ash dimming her name, erased. The hall blurs, Natchez's streets ahead, but the tolls linger soft in her blood, whispering. Nora not a claim, but a warning. Her room's dark door locked. Journal. Blank, but her reflection. Her eyes not hers. Glint red. Sarah's. She packs heart. Pounding. Natchez's air. Heavy watching. The tolls are faint, but the shadows wait. Not in the hall, but her Nora drives highway stretching dawn breaking. But the journal glows a single word. Stay. She gasps, swerving her reflection, shifting Sarah's smile hers. The tolls return soft. Truth binds Nora's free, but not whole. Natchez's curse clings alive in her. What would you do with a lie that follows a truth that haunts? Would you run or face it? Nora's out of Natchez, but the bell's tolls never fade. If your heart's racing, smash that like share your fears below. Would you face the bells? Subscribe to Shadow Watch. Hit the bell for more tales that chill your nights. Next time, we're diving darker unless you're too scared to hear.